how would you like to go on a tour of Nashville with me, or anywhere around the globe for that matter? I'm going to explain how in just a second. Hey friends, it's Sami back with another episode of the Daily Dash. That's right, it's everything you need to know from around the world and in my life, straight from my car dashboard to yours. Today is Monday, August 18th, 2025. And yeah, it's been a minute since I've been on the dash. I'll tell you about the news in a second, but I want to explain. I'm hot and sweaty for a reason. And I didn't think I could get hotter or sweatier than I did moving my daughter back into UNC this past weekend, going up 4 flights of stairs in 90-degree weather. No elevator in those dorms at America's first public university. Love UNC, but man, we need a little modernization of the dorms. But here I am today, and I want to tell you about a new project that I've partnered with, a group called Discover Live. You can find them online at discover.live. And I can't remember how we got connected, but I just became it was one of those things where it's like, gosh, I would probably work with you even if you weren't paying me, because it's so cool. Don't tell them that. But basically, it's a virtual tour company. So what do I mean by that? They partner with literally hundreds of tour guides across the globe, and they give hour-long walking tours live. So you can go all around the world from the comfort of your home, from the comfort of your school, of your senior living facility, wherever you may be. But these tours are done literally live. You can ask questions. You can, put input. It's incredible. And so for the past couple months, I've been training and serving as a virtual host. So I'm typically now the person on Zoom that welcomes everyone, that kind of serves as a moderator between the tour guide in whatever country we happen to be in and the guests. Now, I will say where I see the most application of this, well, there's a few. But one is the aforementioned senior living facilities. It's just incredible for people that maybe either don't feel comfortable traveling anymore, physically aren't able to travel anymore, to be able to visit lands that maybe they've been to before or have never gotten to travel to. And I've been everywhere from Croatia and Mexico City to Buenos Aires, London, Paris, I've literally I'm going to Jerusalem this week, and I've never gotten to go to Jerusalem. And until you experience it, it's almost like you can't fathom it until you participate in one. They even did a corporate tour for a corporation, corporate tour for a corporation, but it was for, I don't know if it's Disability Awareness Month, but basically it was for visually impaired people. So the guide, who was incredible, basically described everything, and they challenged us to close, for those of us that could see, to close our eyes and just experience it, and to hear the textures. And we obviously heard the sounds on the street, but to hear about what we would normally take for granted seeing, whether it was the type of stone on the building, or the weather, or the cloud formations around London, it was just remarkable. But I've done tours that focus on street art. I've participated in tours that focused on almost a religious pilgrimage to a certain church. It's intoxicating and inviting and interesting, and all the other eyes. It's so neat. So all that to say, I'm normally sitting like the audience in the comfort of my office or my home and navigating the Zoom questions and that sort of thing. And today, ironically, was supposed to be a tour in Nashville, and the tour guide was not able to make it. So I said, I can do it. One, I have a whole new appreciation for having to walk and talk, especially up hills and steps, for an hour straight. That's something new. Second, I have not even been going on my morning walks at 7 because it's so crazy hot here. And I was walking around Broadway in 94 degree weather at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's number 2. But number 3, it made me even more proud of my city, and it was so fun. And so I realized I haven't been on here much for the past couple months because of life and summer and kids being home. And I'll talk probably more about that this week, because now both kids are back in college. so I can resume kind of my normal schedule again. But I just wanted to make you aware of Discover Live. I'm so proud of the company. I'm so glad I get to be a small part of it. And so if you just want to explore areas, like, I mean, to be able to go somewhere for an hour, I really am failing at my words, and I'm normally good at words. I'm failing at describing just how personal it is. And like I said, you can ask questions. People will ask about what their favorite cuisine is there, or what the rent costs, or, I've seen people ask, can you pet that dog? Like, it's really incredible to be with someone in real time. But I want to reemphasize, if you or someone you love is in an assisted living facility, a senior center, an educational institution, I can't imagine studying a period of time, a certain area of the world, and then having a tour guide literally walk you through so you can see what that area is in modern day. And they do private tours. So if you are, like I said, with a corporation and want to do a private tour for your company, you can tailor it that way. It's really incredible. So if you want to learn more, I'll put a link down below, or you can ask me any questions. And if I don't have the answers, I know who will. But yeah, it's been fun for me to do it. And I just realized I hadn't shared that piece of my life with you. So I thought I would do that. Speaking of being around the world, it is National Couples Day and National Fajita Day. Two things I really probably won't get to experience firsthand. Hurricane Erin was dumping rain on Puerto Rico and is supposed to go to Turks and Caicos tomorrow. So praying for everyone in that area. Monica Seles, the great tennis champion, was diagnosed with myasthenia gravis disease. So prayers going out to her. And there was a weekend of football. So I'm just thankful that football is coming back. You know me, I'm excited, even though I've got my Nashville hat on. Football is coming back, baby. Excited about that. Okay, I'm going to let you go. I had a whole nother prayer designed for today before I realized I was going to be doing this. And so I just want to pray grace over everyone today. Sometimes we're so quick to think we understand or put down someone's opinion or story because we haven't walked in their shoes. And now after walking literal miles, it just reminds me of how we just never know, when just seeing the history of Nashville, but also just the literal job that I had to do that I've never done today. It gives me such a new appreciation when we can stop and listen and observe, and even to the Lord and the Holy Spirit. Just let's not be so quick to speak, and let's just be in a posture of observation and listening. So I just pray grace, that we all would have grace today for others. Okay, friends, I hope you have a great day. Make sure you make it great, and do not wait to tell someone you love how you feel about them. Bye, friends.